And let's see, practice problem number 2. I'd like you to take a moment here and give this one a shot on your own. So now I've walked you through one. Take a moment and see if you can do this problem on your own. And you might want to pause the video here for just a moment and work through it on your little lonesome. Whoops, I just tried to make 2 females make babies. That doesn't work. Let's see. Homozygous dominant tall plant. Alright. Oop, wait. I don't want to do that either. Homozygous dominant tall plant producing offspring in a homozygous short plant. We'll make the male. Homozygous short. So his phenotype would be short. He'd be a short plant. We're going to assume that the gene for tall is dominant. So these two are having kids. Since they're having kids, I draw the line directly connecting them. That means that they're mating. 2 girls, 4 boys in their second generation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's 6 total kids. 2 girls, 1, 2, 4 boys, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that's what I've got so far. These must all be heterozygous because it's the same setup as in practice problem number 1. When you have a homozygous dominant and a homozygous recessive mating, they must all make heterozygous babies. Okay, and the final thing we're going to do here is have, let's see, I said the second generation boy plant is mated to one of the second generation girl plants, which with plants, you can do that because they're plants and it's not gross. But you would do something like that. I got a brother and a sister. The reason I know they're brother and sister is because they've got lines connecting them coming in from the top. That means that they're related as, oh wait, it's these two. I've got a line coming in at the top. That means these two are related as siblings, right? Now if I draw a line connecting them directly like this, it means I'm mating them, which again, you can do that if you're a plant. That works just fine. Okay, so show the third generation offspring. Here we go. Their third generation offspring would be, you know, something hanging off that line. Now, I didn't tell you if that was male or female. I didn't tell you if it was what the genotype was. In question number 4, it says, draw a Punnett square showing the possible third generation offspring. So right now, we're just going to leave a question mark right here. But that question mark, I've asked you to show a Punnett square showing all the things it could be. So you know how to do a Punnett square. We draw the square, like a little window on a house. And we're looking at the height gene for plants, so I'm going to use H. I could use any letter I want. But I've got one heterozygous parent, big H, little h, and I've got another heterozygous parent, big H, little h, and here's the possible offspring they could make. Dad could give the big version of the gene, mom could give the big version of the gene, or dad could give the big version and mom could give the little version. Mom could give the big version, dad could give the little version, or they could both give the little version of the gene. This Punnett square shows the 4 ways that I could put my my alleles together that are present in the parents, and really what this shows is that the offspring could be tall, carrying only tall genes, or they could be just as tall as this one, but the tall covers up the recessive version of the gene, which would be short. Same deal there. Or I could get a short plant because only short alleles were given to the offspring. This individual could really be a whole bunch of different genetic combinations. And we didn't even take into account whether it's male or female yet, because we can't tell that just from the information on the chart. So for right now, that one has to stay blank. But if you're following this, then you know how to make pedigrees. You're going to do some more practice problems with this, and it's important that you understand it. Oh, there's a picture of a professionally done pedigree for eye color. And if you look through that one, yep, you can see the homozygous recessives, parents in the first generation, giving rise to homozygous recessive offspring. And I'll ask you to make predictions and stuff using a pedigree or interpret what some individual's genotype is or phenotype, and you should be able to do all that. You could do it for sex-linked traits too. There's an example of a sex-linked trait pedigree for color blindness. So just make sure that when you see a pedigree, you know how to interpret some things. You should know that like a line, a horizontal line means mating has taken place. A line dropping down separates generations. Lines that are connecting two individuals but dropping in from the top means these two are related as siblings. Again, these lines directly connecting, that means mating's taking place. Here's the third generation. And the levels on a pedigree separate generations. So here's first generation up at this level, second generation at this level, third generation at this level. You could go fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. You can trace family traits back for many, many, many generations using a pedigree. So I hope that makes sense of all of this, and hopefully you can now read and interpret a pedigree.